Hi everyone, welcome to our video on the new moon in Leo. My name is Emmeline Muldoon. I'm with Emmeline's Astrology, and I'm here today again with Jim Delacoli.
Hey everyone.
Hello. We are excited to bring you this video on the new moon in Leo, which happens on the 28th of July at 1:54 p.m. on the East Coast. Adjust that to your time zones. Now, we've been doing these videos together now quite regularly. Our aim is to come together and show you what the energy is at the new moon and the full moon each month. So we come together twice a month, meet up and look at the chart for the moon and let you all know what's in store with that energy, what's surrounding that new moon for the weeks and months ahead, because, you know, the energy can pull forward, especially with the new moon. So it's great to have you all with us. We're excited today to look at this Leo new moon chart. Leo, we are now in Leo season as from yesterday, the 22nd of July. And the sun likes to be in Leo. The sun's happy in Leo. So hopefully you're all feeling that energy of being creative, letting your confidence shine and having some enthusiasm and just trying to have fun, because that's what, you know, Leo likes us to do. It likes to embrace all those things. So yes, thank you for joining us. And we have the chart that we can look at for Charlotte for the new moon. Now, what I would say is when we pull up the chart for the new moon, as always, we've pulled it up for the East Coast Charlotte area. So when you look at this, ignore the face, the clock faces, ignore the houses if you're looking from a different time zone, and just look at the planets and the aspects, which signs the planets are in, what aspects the planets are making. Don't look at house 1, house 2, house 3. I mean, if you're here on Charlotte on the East Coast, then you can think about the houses, but otherwise just concentrate on what we have to say about the planets and what they're doing.
Yeah, I'll throw in just a couple comments and we can get going. Leo is, of course, the sign, as you said, that the sun rules, and it's the middle or the fixed of the fire signs. And this is where, like, the hero lives. This is where the alchemist lives. So this is what we're probably going to ask quite a bit of you as we do this video. Bring an alchemy to your life. Take something, put in your passion, your beliefs, your knowledge, your understanding, and let's take this and make it better, because we're at probably one of the most critical stages for human evolution right now as we stare into what's ahead. So I think you'll like this video. It's going to be very informative, and there's going to be a lot of information.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot with this new moon, a lot going on, and this new moon is kind of the with the energy of the Uranus North Node Mars coming together a couple of days later. This is really sort of the ignition for the rest of the year. Bringing these two together, this new moon, you're going to see that the energy that's sort of attached here is going to bring us through till October. Then we've got, you know, the Uranus is making its final square to Saturn. So this is really sort of the beginning of where we're moving forward at full speed with this energy. So you're going to see this energy is coming up. Listen to what we're going to say about where it is and how it's affecting us, because it's going to just sort of move forward like a rocket going for the rest of the year. So it's good to know how to use it, and good to know how it's going to be affecting us all.
Yes. Yep. And then at the end, let's I'm just going to throw August 1st at the end. Let's bring that up, because that's when that's when Mars, Uranus, and the North Node are all together. So let's remember to talk about that at the very end. We'll leave them with that. Okay. Yeah,
we'll leave them with that. Yeah, because we're building to that. So this is important for we can't neglect to talk about that one.
Nope. No. So I'll let you get started then. I'll fill in the blanks.
Okay, so new moons. This is always, as you know, we do the new moon each month. We do the full moon each month. The new moon is great. This is freshness. This is opportunity. This is time for setting intentions. What do you want to grow? What do you want to do? Each month we get a chance. We get this window, and this month it's 28th of July, 1:54 1:55 p.m. Eastern time. So, try and sit yourself down at that time. And, we always say, get a pen and paper and write down what you want to concentrate on building and bringing into your life. Which energy do you want to bring in? Now, when you're talking about a Leo new moon, bring in that Leo energy. So, let your light shine. Put yourself in the spotlight. This is the time. Leo wants you to do that. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be creative. Have fun. Leos really like to create. They like to be playful. So in some way, creatively, let yourself shine. And also, just remember to have fun at the same time as you're creating. It's really good, important to be playful. The other thing about Leo energy that's really important is Leo is led by the heart. Their heart goes out. So at this time, this is a great opportunity to put your heart, not necessarily listening to the head as much as the heart energy. What does your heart want? What does your heart need? And grow, set some intention to grow with that and heart energy as well. So remember that when we're looking at this Leo full moon, it's fixed, it's fire, it's passion, but yet because it is fixed, it does have some stabilizing energy to that fire. It's not just out hot passionate energy, not going in any particular direction. It's actually, I want to focus my fire here, and I'm going to make sure I put down some focus, put down some roots whilst I'm expanding, whilst I'm being creative.
Yeah, I mean, you hit all my points. I'm checking them off as you're going. The only thing I'm going to add is it's the alchemist here, right?
Yes.
Fire or heat comes to change something from one form to another. This is where we can find out deeper who you are. You can find out deeper who we are as we bring our hero or heroine side into this. So, it's about you bringing that passion and get out of your head. And like you said, the heart really, the soul is what is needed here to bring that alchemy to transform. We will make this better if we leave fear out of the mix. So, and I'll be talking a little bit about that. But man, you hit everything I was looking at on the new moon. So good job. So.
Yeah. Well, Leo is easy to talk about. It's a fun sign. It's a playful sign, and it's a happy sign. So, just remember that energy when you're thinking about this. And for you personally, get your charts up. Where's your Leo house? Where is 5 degrees of Leo falling in your house? Look at that. If you need help with that, you can drop us a comment in the comments below on YouTube, on either of our channels. Look where you're planting that seed, because that's going to really help where to focus that energy as well.
Yep. And remember, it's 5th house. So Leo rules 5th house. So it's of creating, like you talked about, but children and things like that. So what do we want to birth here? What do we want to create? Maybe, it can be an actual human, but this is where we want to put down our most creative ventures. So we need to get this going because there's a lot happening.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, we didn't mention the children aspect. Leo is playful, it's creative. It's very much linked to children, creating children, being around children. Children are a perfect example of Leo energy. They are, they're happy-go-lucky, they're playful, they just want to be, just creating all day, enjoying themselves. We need to sort of embrace that inner child with the Leo moon.
Yes, bring that newness that comes with that. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Good.
And there might be an aspect of wanting to create babies, creative babies, actual babies. There can be that element with Leo as well.
Yes. And then think of the exponential energies that are involved when you create something. I mean, I think you're limitless. So that's what we got to look at here as all this is crumbling. What are we going to build that's going to be so much better?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So should we look at some of the aspects of this?
You want to stay in the conjunction, or you want to move to another? Because we got Mars Uranus conjunction. You want to do that at the end?
Yeah, we'll finish. I think it's a good idea, like you said, to finish up with the North Node Uranus, because that's at the end. It's a couple of days after this new moon, and it's going to just rocket us through to the end of the year, so we can finish up with that. So maybe we'll talk about, so you see the sun and the moon are right up there together at 5 degrees. Now this chart, like I said, is for the East Coast. So the houses are going to be different. But if you think about, like we mentioned last time, the East Coast is, includes DC. So this is the chart for America. And look, you know, the sun and moon are right there at the top of the chart. So they are, they're right next to the midheaven. They're saying, this is a new beginning for all of us here in the States, you know. So I like that. We're all creating, we're all building our future, how we want to be seen, what we want to be known for. So it's not just us individually, there is a collective element here of what we're starting and what we're beginning.
Yes, yep. I'm going to move to the other conjunction that we can talk about is the Chiron Jupiter, which we talked about, and you do way better at Chiron than I do. You know, Jupiter, of course, expands or wants to, like Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is the final fire sign, bring something to a higher form or a higher level, or almost the guru phase. And I think that with all that's going on and where Chiron's affecting a bunch of planets, it's about you getting over or healing that which has maybe stifled you or prevented you from going where you want to go, as Chiron is basically, in general terms, a wounded healer, but it's about transforming from one form to another, and bringing alchemy and you becoming, I think, closer to your potential. So I like that aspect going into this.
Yeah, and you summarized that perfectly. That's, you know, that's what I would have said. That's exactly what this Chiron's doing. It's an opportunity. It's there with the Jupiter. It's being expanded. This opportunity for healing is bigger. It's bigger than usual because Jupiter's making it bigger. So it's pulling in that opportunity, and we're going to feel that when we have this new moon.
Good.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we have also the sun and moon up there together. They're making aspects with Jupiter. They're trining Jupiter. So the sun and moon are at a trine with Jupiter's down there at 8, sun and moon are up there at 5. Now this is quite a big one, I think, because the sun and moon are in Leo. This is put yourself forward, go walk into that spotlight, you know, feel your power. That's what Leo's saying. And Jupiter in Aries is like, this is taking the leadership. Jupiter is making things bigger, and Aries is like stepping into your power. This is becoming like the leader. So putting these two together is a really strong aspect, and trines is where the energy flows easily. So these two are just moving beautifully together. So this sun of pushing yourself forward with Leo and then being the leader with Jupiter are coming together, really saying, this chart speaking to us to say, step forward, like own what you want to do, step into your power. The only thing I would say with Jupiter in Aries is maybe, you know, don't act too crazy, too quickly, too impulsively, because sometimes when you've got Jupiter in Aries, you can act before you think.
Yes.
So yeah, use this power to step forward, to do what you want to do, and to find your, you know, find your light, find your purpose. But you know, just make sure you plan as well.
Yeah, and Leo is the star of the show, right? It's what it wants to be. So we need to see your star. We need to see you shine. And there's a lot of stubbornness here.
Yes.
I'm not telling you not to bring that passion, but just know others are going to be doing that. So we're going to want to like take fear out of the equation and take ego out of the equation, but drive this thing from a perspective that you're knowing, right? It's from that heart perspective. So that soul perspective. So this is going to be a powerful, powerful time when we look back. Okay. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, so I like that Jupiter, because you know, when you've got a Jupiter Sun aspect, it's an optimistic time. It's a happy time. It can be, sometimes it can be overly optimistic, but it can be at time as well. So pull in, I look at this new moon as pulling into that of Sun Jupiter trine of opportunity, enthusiasm, happy times, good vibes that can come forwards, because like you said, we do have a lot of the other elements at play as well, which we're going to talk about. So just, you know, concentrate, hone in on that Sun Jupiter positivity of expansion and good vibes.
Good. Where do you want to go next?
Okay. Well, should we talk about the Mercury aspects?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's quite a strong one, isn't it? So Mercury, as you can see, is at 18 degrees of Leo. Now, when Mercury is in Leo, people like to talk about themselves quite a lot. So you might see this during this new moon, is that people are happy to communicate and talk about themselves. So, you know, usually maybe this is a good time as well with this energy to be listening a little bit as well, taking note of what the people are saying to you. But Mercury is squaring it's Mars, and also it's bringing in that Uranus as well. So there's two squares there. So Mercury Mars square. Now this is actually supports what I was just saying a moment ago when we were talking about the Sun, the Aries, Jupiter Aries, you know, rushing things. I think when you've got Mercury square Mars, there can be rushed thinking, rushed actions. There can sometimes be short-temperedness. There can be aggressive energy with other people, like communication that can come across a bit sharp. So that's why I would say for this aspect, when you have it, listen carefully and think before you speak. So just take a moment to step back and don't just speak and react. Process what's being said, and then think about it and then speak, because there can be a hot-headed energy to communicate and talk in. What's really good with this energy is using it for sometimes getting the energy out in a good way, physical exercise, like a mental sport. If you want to use it to, if you feel like, gosh, I'm really short-tempered right now, then maybe use that energy in a good way. Go and do some creative stuff with your hands. This could, you know, Mercury's the hands, or sports like mind and body coming together, and get the energy out that way.
And in that process, I look at this as you got to see through the being pissed off, I guess is how I'll put it, and then go further. And because Mars Uranus are sitting in Taurus, which is when we build that base, say, why am I upset? Is it, you know, what can I do to make this whole thing better? What more can I do? Or what am I missing? And dig in that thinking in that realm, and make your plan or your base even better, even more stable. Because you'll come up with some this is a creative time, creative ideas to get through this, and to build a better base for where we're all headed. I love that that's coming, but a lot's got to crumble for this to then occur. And so know that you're going to also get a lot of information of stuff falling apart, and don't have fear anywhere, any way, any shape or form as you're dealing with any of this. Fear has to go. Fear is the weak side of Pluto. So
yeah, exactly. That is what you know, that's the other thing about Mercury Mars, Mercury squaring Uranus. You know, we're going to hear sudden news. There's going to be stuff that might come up. It might be stuff around you, it might be stuff from the collective, but this can be difficult news or shocking news that spurs you into action. So, you know, with all this energy that we've got to create, there might be some unforeseen news that sparks you, that sets you off.
There will be.
There will be.
And don't, and caution here, there's a lot of fire here, right? And so have your fire burn a little slower over a longer period of time than, you know, burn quick and just take everything and make it into ashes and then it's gone. You don't want to do that. Don't wear yourself down here. Let that fire be a slow burn here and really get the most out of this alchemy that's coming.
Exactly. I mean, and the thing is with Uranus, it's every astrologer says you can't predict what it is. there's going to be stuff that just is maybe shocking, radical,
Yes.
unforeseen coming at you. So
it will test you. So get ready.
Yeah.
So
the good thing about Uranus, though, and we'll probably talk about this a bit at the end when we talk about the conjunction that's coming up, but it's meant to move you onto your higher purpose, leave you better than it found you.
Yes.
So this shocking stuff that's coming up, is it, even if it seems difficult at the time, it's meant to bring you to where you're going, where you're meant to be going, especially with that North Node there. So hang on to that.
Yes, that's going to be the key to all this here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what else do we have? Saturn opposite Mercury. Is that another aspect? Yeah, we've got that one.
Yep.
So working with the information that we're finding out. So we're finding out stuff. We're maybe feeling rushed, short-tempered, maybe people that are acting aggressive or towards you or around you. Work with it. Saturn's saying put the work in. Don't it rewards you when you put the work in. So take responsibility, take time, put a plan in place. Like the slow burn that you just mentioned was really good for this, I think, you know, taking that fire energy and then using the Saturn to keep it going, keep plodding along with it.
And I always equate that to like I burn real charcoal. So what they do is they get that wood to a certain temperature and then they stop it, they shut off the oxygen, and then you can take that wood and have another fire, right? And that's what I want you to do here. Be careful here that you don't burn this all the way to the ashes and then there's nothing left. Also, your Pluto where it is in Capricorn and Saturn where it is in Aquarius, the truth is coming, whether you know it now or have seen it or understand it, it's coming, and it's the truth from the natural or the universe's perspective. So if you leave fear out of here and get the ego out of the way, you're going to get some aha moments that are going to be very transforming or very, very powerful for you as you move forward. So please look for the truth everywhere. Don't think you know it all, because you're going to get a lot further if you can step back and kind of be an absorbing type of mode as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Two aspects as well. Opposition.
You want to do
Pluto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pluto opposite Sun and the Moon. Now, this is energy. Pluto Sun. You don't mess around with Pluto Sun people. You know, when you meet them, they're just a hotbed for transforming themselves, other people. So, you know, if you have that within you, that's a real gift that you have. But you know, you're looking at this chart here for the new moon, and we're seeing that Sun Pluto. So, I mean, this is opportunities for complete transformation. This is you know, like you said, breaking through, becoming different, and you know. So again, it might seem difficult during the process, but the less we resist, the easier it is. That's one thing I always tell my clients when they're dealing with transits of Pluto. It's trying to show you where you're going. It's lighting up the way. So the more you resist, the harder it will be, because it's coming anyway. So there's change coming, there's transformation coming. I like to think about like the Sun Pluto energy is almost like a life coach energy. I think Tony Robbins' chart actually has a Sun and Pluto together. It's a great example to try and explain it. This is energy, or someone who can literally take you and inspire you and make you change. That sort of catalyst, and that's what this aspect does. It brings about that transformation, it brings about that growth, it brings about that opportunity, and it's a real special gift and a real special skill. So having that here in this chart, we're all going to have that power for this new moon. We're all going to have that opportunity to take what we want and to transform it.
Yeah, Pluto rules the fixed water sign of Scorpio, and think about that. Water needs to flow, right? Water just wants to flow. and it will eventually flow. And so you think about that, and the less stubborn you can be with handling this, the better you're going to be. I love what you said. I think all lessons are exposed here from all of your past, all of how you're dealing with that, and then all of where you can go, or they're right here in front of you. So be as open and as the ego and is the best possible checkpoint as you can get it, and let's get this thing going. So
yeah. Do we have any other aspects we've needed to do before we talk about the Uranus conjunction?
I just want to talk about Mars in general real quick, and
yeah,
okay. I write just one word because we're going to go into that, but I wrote, here's what I wrote, and I feel this as I look at it. I wrote pissed, irritated, passionate, warring, aggressive, change, oppositions, explosive. We have all that energy we're getting ready to deal with, but what Mars does is it brings our passionate side, so we stop the stagnation. And so that we're getting ready to roll over and talk about this big day, August 1st. And I want to throw those words out there. Remember, stagnation doesn't work. Change has to happen. You in charge of the change is what I like the most. Change is what I like the most. And that's what we want to pass to you here. That's why we want to lead with this. So I'll let you start the Mars-Uranus conjunction with the North Node in Taurus.
Yeah, okay. So these three coming together. This is a once in a lifetime aspect, these three planets being together. Doesn't happen very often. Now, Uranus and the North Node coming together, that's every 18.5 years. So you can see that's not exactly very often either. You got Mars coming together at the same time. So this is definitely a once in a lifetime aspect of this energy coming together here in our charts at 18 degrees of Taurus. See where 18 degrees of Taurus is in your chart, because you're going to see where these changes are coming at you thick and fast. Now, what they're doing is they're saying, this is a radical time. This is a change in time. This is breaking away what needs to go. So it can seem, it will seem shocking. It can seem crazy, but just like we said, bear in mind, we're moving to where we're going, where we're meant to be going with this. The North Node is our fate. It's our path. It's where our destiny lies. So Uranus is shaking us up to get to our destiny, to get to where we're meant to go. So, it is unforeseen. It is difficult to say what's going to happen because it is, Uranus, but we do know that it's moving us to the higher good for all of us and for us on our individual paths. Now, Mars, sticking that planet there into the mix, is showing initiation, action. It also can show anger. It can show war. It can show Mars can just be like aggression. So it might feel difficult because you have that harshness of Mars connected to these events that are coming up. But embrace the warrior of Mars. The warrior, he's there, he's ready to fight, he's ready to take action, he's initiating, he's having ideas. Bring in that energy, use the higher form of Mars to push forward when you get this shocking news or information that's going to push you forward into your journey. And I think it's important to say that this conjunction I think it's exact around the 1st of August, but we've got the 31st of July, the 1st of August, and the 2nd. So it's those 3 days. You're going to feel this chaos for those couple of days where it's there in the mix together, and then it's going to just linger on. Uranus is at 18 degrees of Taurus, I think, until October. So it's going to be there a while. It's going to activate something that's going to carry on. And then, like I said earlier, Uranus in October, when it's at 18, Saturn's going retrograde. So it's going to have the last Saturn-Uranus square. And I'm not sure on the exact date. It's around October time. When Saturn's going retrograde, it hits back there. So that's the final square. Think back to 2021. We all had 3 squares with Saturn and Uranus. You know what that theme is for your life. It came up 3 times last year. So we're getting to the last one coming up in the fall, in the autumn time. So we once we build through this shocking time, the end of July, August, beginning of August, and we get the information, we move on. Well, then we're working towards that last square. Now, the last square is going to say what needs to go and what do we need to break down and what do we need to work on. Saturn is structure, Uranus is maverick. So it's like we're breaking down what needs to go to build what we need to build. And again, that's not going to be too unfamiliar or new because you were dealing with that square last year. So that's the last one, the last square. And the good thing about when you have the last square, the last aspect coming up is you've done the work, you know what you need to do, you know where you need to go. And it's almost just like the final goodbye with that energy.
And Uranus, I'm not a Saturn fan, but Uranus trumps Saturn and frees you. So it'll be the first 2 weeks. It's going to be exactly square the first 2 weeks of October. Fine. And then,
great. Thank you.
So, yeah. And so, you know, the only other things I'm going to add here are Taurus is the first earth sign. It's where we need to build the base. Yes, you need some fixed or some stubbornness here, but you're going to get information that's going to be seen from your perspective or understood from your perspective in a way you've never seen it or understood it. Don't be too alarmed. It's the freeing of Uranus here that's going to help. Uranus and Mars together can be very, very good if you handle it this way. And I've already been dealing with it, so I'm kind of chuckling. I feel like in 2 or 3 days, I got it. I'm like, all right, I understand it. I'm all together. My passion's here. And then something will just set me off in a moment, and I'll be like, man, this really makes me mad, and it throws me for a loop. Allow that to happen and enjoy that process, and know you're going to be swinging all over the place. But if your ego's out of there, and your fear perspective of having fear driving this is out of there, you're going to handle this with ease. Now, there's going to be money issues. That's what Taurus deals with, right? There's going to be some of the basic food necessities. There's going to be issues there. I know everybody's talking about it. This is where it's going to come to a culmination. I'm not telling you to fear that. I'm just telling you to watch this. And I want you to put your plan together, because that's what Taurus is, from your perspective, with no ego, no fear, and see just how creative and unbelievable you can be. Because this is where your soul or your heart, your passion, your desire comes out. And this is where that unique you can emerge. And I want that for you. I promise you, Emmeline and I are going to have that. So, you know, we really need to like gain that perspective and get to there by the end of this month, because there's so much you can plant seed wise and to grow from and build a base that's going to be way stronger than anything you could build even today.
Yeah. So I think, is there anything else that you wanted to cover?
No, we covered it all. So
yeah, I think we did well. There's a lot to talk about. I think we've given you a lot of information here to work with. If you didn't understand anything or you have a question, let us know. We're happy to help clarify, but use this energy, use this beautiful energy, use the sun, use the Jupiter, use the Leo, use the Aries, and stay centered, and don't let other people's maybe behavior affect you.
And I will throw this out there. Pluto, because it's very powerful right now, it's going to show and make it look bleak, and it's going to show like maybe it's going the wrong way, or it's not gonna work, or you know, what have we done? But trust me, Pluto is, I think, the most miraculous planet. We will get through this, and we will make this place better. It's going to be ugly, but we must get to the core of who we are and work from that. And that's what this whole time is. So we need you. We're doing it. So yeah, ask questions, please. And please share, because the message is good here. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and listening and staying with us. And hopefully we'll see you next time. We'll do the full moon next.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, take care.
Yeah. We appreciate you and Emily, and I appreciate all you've done. So I've enjoyed this. So good luck, everybody. Question away, please.
Okay, take care, everyone. Bye. Until
Bye-bye.
next time. Bye.
Yep.